Yeah, it's just the key fourth quarter for everybody in business. I think mostly for retail stores, but restaurants, it's an important time of the year as well. And some businesses survive just off the fourth quarter.
I know, and I've heard that. Boy, that does show that what we buy and purchase this time of year is really important to you guys.
Yeah, it can make or break a lot of the businesses, especially if you're new in the area. And we have a lot of new businesses that have popped up recently. It's critical for them to plan out for the year. And you just never know what's coming in January, February, because then you start playing into weather and things like that. So really important. We love the support downtown. You spend money downtown, it stays downtown. I spend money with me, I go out to eat next door and spend it right back in downtown. So it's just a great circular flow of funds that stays in our area, makes our area very prosperous for everyone.
I mean, I think it's a fabulous celebration of Fredericksburg in general, right? Because most of what we have downtown, if not all of it at this point, I think, is small business. Yeah. Right? So we have tremendous, wonderful businesses, some of which have been here for 40, 50, 60 years in some instances. And it's a great way for people just to shop with people locally. That money goes right back into your community because we're taking that money. We're paying local taxes. We're paying our local employees. We're paying for local goods. So it's just rotating back into that community. So it's like your dollars get amplified when you spend on Small Business Saturday.
And you employ people. I look around at the people who work in downtown, work here at the card cellar or work anywhere. Name a business. If something happens, all of a sudden those people are out of a job.
That is a tragic thing. If a business goes out, their employees go. We tend to look out for each other, and if somebody is struggling, maybe I'll hire them part-time and share employees sometimes. But yeah, it's also great to keep a lot of people looking for part-time jobs or full-time jobs employed downtown.
It's amazing the ROI you have on spending locally versus when you send it to a big box store that's they're gonna pay their employees too. That's great, and that money enters the community. But a lot of that money leaves. It goes to their corporate offices, which are inevitably out of town. Even if a company is large, if it's based locally, that money gets taxed locally, gets spent locally. They're paying all the companies that deliver to them. All the raw goods are coming into this market. So it's the idea of shopping locally is more about that community building than anything else, right? You're going to get high quality things.
You guys do a lot of preparation, I know, for the holidays. I mean, you're back in the summer. You were buying and planning for right now.
Oh yeah, it's as soon as you finish the season, you start seeing new products for next year, and sometimes you get that feeling of, oh man, I wish I'd had that for this season, but it's a great new item for next year. So we come January, you hit the trade shows and you're starting to purchase for next season already. For me in particular, my garden flags, those are already ordered. Next Christmases are already ordered. So the ordering cycle is way ahead. So it does take a lot of pre-planning.
A lot of long nights, too, long days and nights, I guess, coming up with the holidays, too, for you guys.
A lot of stores extend their hours. We tend to have long hours year round, but everybody else gets on board and or has much longer hours. And sometimes they lock themselves in their stores at night to pretty it up and get it ready for the next day. So that's some of the behind the scene things that you don't always see.
Just walk around downtown is kind of the key here. I mean, you look at a business, the card cellar, for instance. I mean, we're back here by purses, but there are all kinds of things in here. It's not just sports stuff.
Yeah. 20 years of just doing sports things, so I got kind of pigeonholed in that. But I've been downtown for 14 years now, and you can see behind me all these other things that are very popular. So we have gifts for anybody on your list, not just the men or sports fans. We've got stuff for kids. We've got stuff for women. Got stuff for everybody. Great office gifts, affordable price things. So it's important to have a good variety. And if you go in and out of our store, other stores, you'll find things you really didn't know were down here.
Sometimes you'll sacrifice a little bit inconvenience. People will talk a little bit about the parking downtown is a little rough sometimes. But I would say the walking downtown for me is some of the best part of being downtown.
Yes.
Parking your car a block or so away from a store that you need to go to, and then being able to walk past all the stores in the way you see things that you might not see when you're driving past. So it's a huge opportunity too, right? So sometimes we need to park a little further away and walk. That's great. But that's part of the whole atmosphere of shopping locally is that you're you're doing that. You're in the environment itself.
You'll see things you didn't realize were there, and things change.
And you can't, like, it's the authenticity of it, right? Like, you'll see shopping areas that will try to make themselves look like a downtown. And that happens a lot, right?
Yes, it does.
And they do it for a reason.
Even around here.
Even around here. We won't name names.
No, we won't.
But they do it intentionally because that atmosphere is really appealing. But we have it authentically. We have that historic downtown district where you can walk and everything, like, people will be like, oh, that's 2 blocks away. 2 Fredericksburg blocks is silly small. It's a silly small.
Thank you. And if you have to use the parking garage,
they're
not
fabulous.
that expensive.
It's not expensive
at all.
And it's easy breezy to get around town. Like, and if you can't, like, there are ways to get from point A to point B. Like, there's lots of, like, close parking spaces that are handicap accessible. There are ways for people to get from point A to point B. Like, you can make it happen. But I find that, like, that is part of the thrill for me when I shop downtown is environment of walking around and seeing things and stumbling upon storefronts that I haven't seen before. So I always encourage everybody, like, pick out your favorite shops, make sure you hit those on Small Business Saturday, but then, park somewhere and do a little bit of walking around, explore a little bit, go down those little, like, side alleys and see those little cool shops that are kind of tucked in there. And, you might find a new favorite shop.
And you get a chance to meet the owners oftentimes, and you're a fun bunch.
Yeah. The whole point of owning your own business is to have fun and enjoy what you're doing. Enjoy your customers. You get to make new friends and new family members and people that you've known. I've had a lot of customers that were customers when they were kids and their parents were bringing them in, and we didn't necessarily know that, and we figured it out as we went along the way, and just built these great friendships off of 20 years ago. They came in and celebrated their 7th or 8th birthday, and then I didn't recognize them and they didn't recognize me, but just through conversation, we've been friends for a long time, and we rekindled that friendship, which is really cool.
Well, you can do most of your shopping down here too. That's the thing. In just a couple of stores, you can almost knock off your whole list.
Yeah. You probably could do your whole list if you wanted to really focus and do that. And we understand people go outside of the area for certain things, but if you walk in and out of these stores, you'll find you could probably knock out 90 to 95% of your list, just keeping it local and supporting the local economy and the individual business owners that you meet and greet you with a smile.
Because when you shop small, right, you are really promoting and keeping those small businesses that are vital to your community alive.